Hi there and welcome to Ambitious Single Moms, Stories of Strength and Success. I'm Sonja from Your Success Story, Single Mom Level Up Edition, and I'm thrilled to have you here with us today. I'm a mother of 3 wonderful daughters, and when my husband separated from me in 2017, he moved out on a Sunday and the next morning my mother died unexpectedly. During this time, I was although in the middle of chemotherapy. Suddenly, I'm all alone with 3 small children. As a single mom and a businesswoman, I know firsthand how challenging and rewarding this journey can be. When I first became a single mom, I felt overwhelmed and uncertain about the future. But through support and consistency, I've managed to build a life that I'm proud of, both for myself and my 3 children. This podcast is all about celebrating the incredible stories of ambitious single moms who are not only raising their children with love and dedication, but also pursuing their dreams and building successful businesses. Each episode, we will dive into their journeys, exploring the heights and lows, the lessons learned, and the strategies they've used to overcome challenges. My goal is to inspire, motivate, and provide valuable insights for all the amazing single moms out there who are striving to create a better future for themselves and their families. Remember, you are not alone on this journey, and there are endless possibilities when you take charge of your life. Hello and welcome to today's episode of Ambitious Single Moms, Stories of Strength and Success. My name is Sonja Zsuzsa and I'm your host of this podcast. My guest today is Zsuzsa Klemm. Hello, Zsuzsa.
Hello, Sonja. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I'm happy to have you here on this episode and that you're prepared to share your story. Where are you tuning in?
So I'm a single mom. My daughter is now a teenager, a very special age. And I'm also an artist and a coach and a teacher.
And where are you from?
I'm now based in Berlin, but my original town is now in Serbia, but my mother tongue is Hungarian. So I see myself as a kind of collage of interests and different countries, different cultures.
Oh, that's great. That's amazing. And I think that also brings not problems, but interesting, daily activities. So with being from different cultures and living in Germany, I think on one side you're a single mom, that's already challenging, and then you have your background from another country, and with that culture, I think that's very interesting as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you have different perspectives on the world, and I love traveling also. When my daughter was 4 years old, we did a big journey traveling through the world, but it was South Asia, Vietnam, Singapore, and Bali. And I love traveling because you see different aspects of life and how it's possible to deal with life, and also languages have different aspects. In every language you pronounce something else, or it's really connected with your mind. How you think, how you speak, it's really different in every language. If you speak French or English or German or Hungarian, there are different words which really make different. You say the same thing, but they are different aspects, different perspectives.
Absolutely, and that's also important, the different aspects, because
what we speak, that comes into reality. So that's also a big topic I love to talk about, the mindset, and speaking and mindset belongs together. So, but let us get back to your daughter. You got married, you got pregnant unexpectedly, you told me. So how was this 14 years ago or 15 years ago for you? Do you still remember how you felt when you suddenly experienced, wow, now I'm pregnant?
I think it was like a surprise egg, you know. It was something I was not expected, but I was when I when the doctor told me that I'm pregnant, for me there was no question that I want to have the child. I was really positively surprised.
Oh, that's great, because you told me that you were alone and you decided to get that child alone. So that was a big change in your life coming to you.
Yeah, it completely changed my life. But you know, I really love exploring life and exploring the world. So it was something new. I was in a new role and I really enjoyed it, I must say. And I had a big studio to that time. I just finished my second state exam as a teacher, as an art teacher. And I just came to Berlin. So it was also a new epoch in my life, because before I lived in Düsseldorf, used to live in Düsseldorf. And so it was a new capital.
Yeah, a new chapter. Yeah, that's
New
absolutely.
chapter.
I think it's for everybody. And we are not born as a mother. It's something we grow into it. And yes, there are so many experiences waiting for us being a mother and exploring. And I have 3 kids, so my second and my third daughter, they are completely different than my first daughter, though it's always a new journey and a new experience I make every day with them. So it never changes, it never ends. I mean, and we have so much to learn. So we, in our pre-talk, we spoke about that being a mother is wonderful, but can also be challenging. So for you, being a single mom, what was your greatest challenge? Do you have an example you want to share?
I mean, being a mother is very joyful, and I love my daughter, but also I think it's the biggest joy and the biggest challenge in life, because yeah, you are not just only verantwortlich,
Responsible?
responsible for yourself, but for somebody else. And really that makes a big change, because and before I just was responsible for myself, and I was, I think, a bit egoistic, but so I learned to care about somebody else. But also it's very important, because we are role models for our children. It's not about just teaching and talking to them, but also how you think and how you live your life. So for me, it's very important also to be a role model for my daughter, and to take care of myself and not to give up my dreams, you know, as an artist, and also as an entrepreneur, as a coach. It's very important for me, even if I'm not succeeded as I wished to in a certain time, but that it's not just about the goal. It's very important that you have big goals and dreams, but also that you be disattached, that you're not just that you are not so disappointed when you are not reached at that point goal or vision, but that you not give up. And I think that's very important to show our children that you as mother are also valuable, that you have dreams, and that's the most important part, because we are pulled to this vision, to this dream. So it's not just like a boring line, because I think life is very boring if it's like that, but that there are ups and downs. So if there are ups, it means there are also downs. And to show our children that we can deal with these ups, highs, and downs, and that this belongs to life.
Yes, absolutely. And that, as you say, that makes life interesting. So how do you deal with downs? Because I think that's the most issue. Women struggle because they have their daily life with the kids, they're stressing and everything. So when you're in a down, nothing gets the way you want to have it, and the kids are misbehaving and you lose your dream out of sight. So how do you deal with these downs?
I think I never lost my dream from my side. But of course, I'm a very emotional person, you know? So, so for me, it's very important, the daily meditation. I wake up at 5 o'clock. So I have time for myself, 1 hour before my daughter wakes up, and that I meditate and go inside, and I have time for me, and I just use it for me to go inside myself. I think that's very important that we learn this, that even if we are upset, that we can go back to this place where it's still, and we are in alignment with ourselves. Yes. And also breathing is very important. Mm. I think that are so simple tools, but very effective. And I don't say that I always succeed in it. But there are tools I use and help me to get down and to get back to myself and loving myself. Because also Jesus said you have to love others as you love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, you don't have love for others. So it's very important to go to this place inside yourself and embrace yourself and love yourself. And even if you're upset, to tell your children that you love them. Mm-hmm. and try to get as quick as possible down again, and to be again calm.
To get calm, yes, that's so important. And as you said, be in peace with yourself. And it's so important to do me time and really take the me time, claim it for you. And it's so important. And start where I think the most important work for the beginning is work on yourself. We always try to change others, blaming others for our situation, or hoping and screaming that the kids should be more silent, should behave more, but it's all in us. It's all the energies all in us that we can't get along with the emotions others have towards ourselves. So it's all in us. So meditating, I'm doing meditations as well, breathing. When you breathe, you live. When you stop breathing, you're dead. So it's so important to breathe. And that's first step. Sitting down maybe 5 minutes and concentrating on your breath and do a small meditation, visualization of your dreams, and having a coffee or a tea besides you and say, okay, these 5 minutes belong to me. And next week it's maybe 10 minutes. So starting small to have a bigger impact on your life. That's great.
Yeah, it's so important to have boundaries. I must say I have challenges with boundaries, holding my boundaries, but it's very important also to the children to say, stop.
Yeah.
I need my time, or stop. I don't go with this explosion.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think that's the problem most women have, setting boundaries, because we think we are responsible for everything. We have to do everything and for everybody. And we always put our kids on the first place. They have to go to sport, tennis, play the piano or whatever. Everything is important, but so many women lose themselves and stop doing what they need to do for themselves. Having a massage or going to sports, yoga, or something else, going for a walk. But I remember when I asked a few friends last year to do something, oh no, I can't come because I have to bring my daughter here and there. And I can't come and do this because I have this with my kids. I have to bring them. It's always I have to bring them, but they never had the time or took the time for themselves. So yeah, one possibility is to stand up an hour earlier, as you do.
Yeah,
That would be an option for me.
yeah, it really was a game changer for me when I tried to wake up earlier, and it was not so hard as I thought. Of course, you have to go earlier to bed, but sleep is also important.
Yeah.
So you can perhaps take a nap, but when my daughter was smaller, I had no time to take a nap because she's always active, but I tried to go earlier to bed.
Okay, yeah, great. So yeah, it's all about making decisions and finding out what works best for you. For me, I'm an evening person, so I sleep longer in the morning, and I do my meditation in the evening. So everybody has to figure out what works best for me, for my situation with my kids. But it's always important that we make decisions and sit down, do a plan maybe, what is important for me and how can I do it. And yeah, how did you make the decision? Did someone tell you? Were you in a coaching? Or how did you get help to figure out how you can change your life? Did you do everything on your own, or?
No, I was in a therapy also, and my therapist told me that it would be a possibility to get up earlier, but also I was in a lot of coachings, of course, different coachings, life coaching, business coaching, parenting coaching. Yeah, it's very important to have guidance also. And also I have had somebody I paid for to pick up my daughter from the kindergarten when I couldn't. I think it's really important to get help. If you don't get help from your parents or friends, then if you could afford it, to pay for it, I think it's very worthy.
Absolutely, absolutely. Either you have a community you can trust and rely on, parents. So at the beginning, I had my mother as well, but when she died, I had to do it on my own, and also asking friends and ranging everything, and yeah, find out how I could do it otherwise. So we have a lot of, in Germany now, we have also school where kids can stay longer at school when they are young. So I think there are possibilities if you want to make a change and if you want to make it happy.
Yeah, You always find a way. I think that could be also one vision, that you never give up. It must not be your career, but to go for yourself and find a way how you can get help and how you can arrange your day, that you find time for yourself, even if they are just 5 minutes. But to drink your tea, as you said, it's very important. And really to have this fire in yourself, also to have a bigger vision. That's, I think, very important, not to give up and not to make yourself small, to say, yeah, it's okay, it's enough, but to really listen inside yourself. What is it what you really want in life? Even if it's very important to be in the moment and to enjoy it, even enjoy it if it's challenging, because it belongs to life. But enjoying the moment, being grateful what is, but also having this big vision which gives you a fire for your life and something you want to go for. And yeah, and don't make yourself small. So, but you can achieve it, even if it's not the same, exactly the same manifestation as you thought. But I think this gives fire and spice to your life.
Yes, that's absolutely true. And it was so lovely to watch you, how you expressed yourself with talking about the fire and feeling everything, and yeah, enjoying also the moments that don't go do that you don't like, because it's a possibility to grow from that experience. And yeah, it's like an adventure. If you take everything that happens in your life as an adventure and figure out how you can get out of it, always having that vision in your mind, and that vision fuels you. It's the fire, as you explained it there. Yeah, that's great. I think the problem is that so many women struggle so deeply with their hurt from the divorce. So you are not divorced, so maybe you have different experiences, maybe with the father of your child, that they're so deeply hurt in their heart as being a mom, that they think, oh, that's rubbish what they're telling. How should I enjoy that that emotion? I don't know how to get out of that. It hurts so much and it's unfair, and I don't know. So what can you tell these women? How would you get out of that situation?
I really feel very deeply. So if I'm hurt, I'm also really, really sad and really, really hurt. But I think what's important to feel these emotions and don't put them aside or tell, oh, I'm really happy. So it's important to be sad. It's important to feel that you are hurt, but also at the same time, feel it, but say, I'm not my emotion. The emotions are like a river and they are flowing away. You have to feel it, embrace the feelings, but also let them go. So give your time to be heard, to cry, but also say, okay, I don't dig into very so deep that I don't let it go, you know. You have to disattach from these feelings, feel it, but say, it's not me, it's not me, it's just a feeling, it goes away. And try to compensate it. You can watch sad movies, so you let your feeling put into the movie and not always thinking the same thing, why it happened, to always to think about the past, why it happened and it's my fault, but look forward and think about solutions. That's so important, that you are not diving into I'm so sorry, I'm so pity for myself. Feel the sorrow, but don't be pity for yourself.
Yeah.
But say, okay, I can deal with it. And how can I deal with it? Ask your questions. What's the solution? How can I go forward? And what's the positive side of the coin? Because if you are, time passes by and you can see that there are also another side of the coin. Perhaps you thought, oh, I can't manage life without my husband. I'm nothing without him. And now you recognize, hey, I really can do this.
Yes, absolutely. And that's so important, that there's always a solution. And at the beginning, we can't see it because we are so grieving and there's so much anger maybe. But there's always another side of the coin, as you already said. And there's always a solution. And most of the times it's better, the solution, than it was before, because there's always waiting something better. But it's ours. We decide if we make the best of it. We can stay in that feeling for ages, or we can say, okay, I look at it, I know why I feel so sad, and now I change it and I live my new life. And that's why it's so important to have that vision. So you know that you want to achieve something and it's worth living for.
Yeah, it activates different thoughts. Because if you just think on the past and, oh, why did this happen? Because you can feel sorrow, but not always think why it happened. But what can I do about this situation? And that changes everything.
Absolutely.
To think, what are the new possibilities?
Yeah.
How can I discover another side of me?
Yeah, in one of the last episodes, we were speaking about journaling. So sitting down with a piece of paper and just ask yourself the question, so what do I want in life? What were my childhood dreams? And where do I forget my time? You as an artist, I think when you are creative, you lose your time as well, and you fully express yourself in working as an artist. So we all have things, maybe listening to music and something else, going to a concert and going for a walk. There are so many things where you open your heart and just sit down with a piece of paper and write down what you love to do when you had more time, maybe before the children came, or you got the children, maybe before you got married. And yeah, write everything down and then start trying. The first thing, oh, I don't like that anymore. So you can put it from your list until you find something where you say, oh yeah, that really fulfills me. So we all have something, and we can all get back to that feeling, and we can all find it out again, what it is that fulfills us.
Yeah, that's really important. I also love journaling. Also in my morning routine, I have meditation, and then I write things down, what comes to my mind. Sometimes my dreams, but mostly I can't remember my dreams, but I have daydreams. So
Yeah.
I write down what it comes to my mind. And yeah, it's very important to listen to your inner voice, to your true self. What do you want from life? A part of being a mother and a nurturer who gives everything to others. And yeah, as you said before, that's so important, that we not just nurture other people, our children or partner, husband, but that we nurture ourselves, and
Yes.
that we remember who we are in truth and what we really loved as children, or what we enjoy now, and that we take time for it. And
Yeah, and I think especially as a single mom, it's so important to take that time, because when you are still married, you always have your partner to take over tasks. When you are overwhelmed with something, you can say, oh, you take the kids for an hour and I take my time off. But as a single mom, you don't have that in the evening when the kids don't want to sleep. And I can remember when I got, when my husband moved out the first month, I had to bring to bed 3 kids and I was alone, and I was doing chemotherapy as well. And it was very hard, but I was alone. So I had to manage that everything on my own. And it's always, I think, the thinking of I'm alone with everything. So it's important to get help during the day, and maybe in the evening, someone who helps to clean up or something else. So being creative in that way is also important to find solutions.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I really appreciate your way to how you dealt with this situation. I can really imagine how challenging it was.
Yes, it was. But as you said, learning from everything. And yeah, I didn't enjoy it at the beginning as well, because it was a start from my personal development. And it was the beginning for me to learn how to deal with everything. So taking every situation as the opportunity to thrive. And for me, it was a gift that everything happened at that moment, because yeah, my mom also died at that moment. Within 2 days, my husband left, my mom died. So yeah, I was completely alone with 3 kids the whole day. And that's a challenge I learned from, and it was a gift. Of course, looking at it afterwards, it was a gift. At that moment, I was not in personal development, but I learned a lot in the last 7 years. So it's all on us, how we decide if we want to have a disaster or do we want to experience an adventure. And later find the big goal, the vision we want to have in our life. So Zsuzsa, you are an artist. Tell us a bit about that.
I mean, that's something, it's really, I'm so aligned with. I always knew I'm an artist. I never questioned it. I think that's a big gift, because a lot of people don't know, even in their 30s or 40s, what their purpose is. But I was always sure that it's my life mission. But I expanded the view as an artist, because I think it's also a way of art to create your life, or what you create with consciousness is also like a beautiful sculpture. And that's the way I bring together the coaching and my painting. I'm a painter, mostly abstract, but oscillating between figurative and abstract. And I have a studio. When I go inside the studio, that's a kind of other world, you know. I really feel another space in me. It opens a door. And I think, as you said, that every woman has another way to open this door to your true self and to this space where you are really feel fulfilled. And for me, it's the studio. And when I'm working on my paintings, I really love it, and it really enriches me.
Lovely. But you're still a teacher as well, or have you stopped being a teacher?
No, I'm also sometimes I stop, but since last August, since 1 year, I also teach in a high school as an art teacher, and I really enjoy it because I deal with young people, and it's a creative way, and that's also a beautiful job.
Yes, I can imagine. So, Zsuzsa, do you have something you want to share? A message with the single moms out there, or have you said everything?
Yeah, I want to remember you that never give up on yourself and your visions. That's so important, to have a big dream and to go for it. And don't make yourself small, and you are valuable, you are important, and take your time for yourself.
Okay.
And create your life.
Yes.
Create your life as something beautiful, with ups and downs, as a sculpture has concave and convex. It's not like this mostly. So that you value all the highs and also the downs, and you learn from it, and that you think in solutions.
Great. Thank you so much, Zsuzsa.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Ambitious Single Moms, Stories of Strength and Success. It's been an absolute pleasure having Zsuzsa share her incredible journey and insights with us today. I hope you found her story as inspiring and empowering as I did. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below sharing your thoughts and any questions you have for our guest. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. All the links and additional resources about Zsuzsa and myself can be found in the show notes below. Your support means the world to us and helps us continue bringing you amazing content. Until next time, stay strong, stay inspired, and keep thriving. See you in the next episode.
Thank you for joining us on Ambitious Single Moms, Stories of Strength and Success. Let's embark on this journey together and rediscover the magic in our lives. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for our next episode.